The summit is attracting respected Nigerians, including former presidents, governors, industry leaders, and activists to deliberate on and endorse a draft legislative bill for a new constitution. Initially slated for Tuesday, it is kicking off 24 hours later due to the public holiday declared in honor of late President Muhammadu Buhari, who passed on recently. Chairman of the National Summit, Chief Emeka Anyoku, begins with a tribute in honor of the late president and the Awujale of Ijebuland, Obasikiru Kayode Adetona.
With exceptional dedication and patriotism, may, as I said, his soul rest in peace, and may the Almighty comfort his family.
Setting the stage, the former Secretary General of the Commonwealth argues in favor of a new inclusive and democratic constitution that will accommodate the country's plurality.
Our present 1999 constitution, as amended, is not such a constitution. It was not democratically formulated. It was instead imposed on the country through a decree by the military administration.
The position is reiterated by other members of the Patriots.
The Patriots resolve, therefore, to commence the crusade for a truly people's constitution negotiated by all the peoples, ethnic nationalities, and interest groups to fashion out agreeable and happy to live with values, codes, and rules for governing our country, Nigeria.
We are here because, as we have been told, the existing structure established by the 1999 Constitution has consistently proven to be inadequate in effectively addressing the core issues related to governance, equity, inclusion, and national cohesion.
But that argument is contested by Nigeria's former president, Olusegun Obasanjo. In his speech read by Wale Okuniyi, Obasanjo persists that while no constitution is perfect and amendments are necessary, the real threat to Nigeria's progress lies in the conduct of those in power.
The best constitution can be perverted and distorted by the operators. And we have experienced that all over Africa, Nigeria not exempted. I am more concerned about the operators of the Constitution to lead in good governance and promotion of welfare and well-being of the citizenry.
Several other stakeholders canvassed different positions to address the imbalance in the nation's constitution.
The 1999 Constitution, the way it is written, is written in a very masculine language because it keeps saying he. There's no she. And of course, the Nigerian men interpret it as he. So when you say chairman, for instance, everybody, even in the political parties, they believe that the chairman must be a man. You know, no room for women.
So we come from Niger Delta with open mind to discuss. There are issues that bother us, the environmental damage that we go through every day, the issue of resource fiscal federalism, and particularly resource control, because since 1958, the resources from our own part of the country have been feeding the country and keep sustaining this country with a little impact on our own areas. And we are not ready saying it belongs to us alone. We are ready to share with everybody, but the regime should be better.
The Patriots is a group of Nigerians wishing to address the socio-economic imbalance in Nigeria's constitution. The product of the nationwide consultations will be presented to the presidency and the National Assembly. Ferdinand Duroja, Arise News.
Well, joining us now to discuss the process for a new constitution is Josephine Anenih, member, National Political Summit Group. Here's your interview.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much for joining us, ma'am, Iyom. Good to have you. I mean, let me start with that point you made, that the constitution is actually masculine, apart from the fact that the general perception is that the constitution does not represent we the people. As a military, contraption, if you like. Let's talk about this gender sensitivity that this present 1999 constitution lacks. Was that one of the cases that you put forward strongly at this ongoing summit?
Yeah. Good evening.
Welcome, ma'am.
Yeah. The fact that it is not a we, the people who made that constitution, may be the reason why it is the way it is. Remember, it's the military. And at that time, there were no women in the military. It was all men. So what they talk about what they know. They talked about themselves. They the men. Because it was not we the people. If it was we the people, there would have been women's voices, women's perspectives, and all that. There would have been youths. Everybody would have been involved. So you wouldn't have had a constitution that, that is written as if it is for men, by men and for men only. And of course, the politicians, it suits them, since it is masculine. So even in the political parties, it suits them. So when you talk about chairman, everybody thinks that it must be a man, and there is no room for women. So we are saying that, no, it has to change. Even as they are doing the, what I call cosmetic amendments that they've been doing over the years. Every year they bring out billions of naira to say they are going around the zones or the states, to do amendment. The women have been asking. We did ask for many things. The last time it was just 5 asks that we gave them. They threw it out. This time around we are still asking. We are asking that they should reserve some seats at the Dome, at the National Assembly for women, since the men will not budge, since the political parties will not give space for women to get elected. Create exclusive women positions. It can happen. It happened with the youth.
Not too young
to run movement.
Yes.
And it gave the youth opportunity to come in, do the same thing for women. It must be very inclusive. That's what we are asking. But before we get there, please, I want to use this opportunity to share with you what I learned today that shocked me so much.
Right.
Okay.
That even the 99 constitution that we are quarreling about is a fake document, in the sense that it is not a constitution. It's not our constitution. That the constitution Nigeria has was suspended. It has not.
How?
Yes, that there was a constitution we had, 1963 constitution. When the military people came, they suspended it or abrogated it. I don't know the word they used. Do you understand?
Yes.
And then by Decree 24, they had this 19%. So what we are actually operating and attempting to amend is a decree. And we are not under military rule. So we have no constitution at all.
Well,
so we should go from the beginning and start writing a new constitution.
Well, you make a lot of sense.
So I heard that today.
Okay.
If it is the truth, then we are
yes, it was
for
suspended by the military, and some people have advocated that we should return to that
1963
constitution. But what this summit group, in collaboration with the Patriots, are advocating is an entirely new constitution. If I understand that.
Yeah.
What got me cracking up when you spoke was that Nigeria's present constitution is an expensive cosmetic document that has gone through surgery. But let me ask you, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, himself a key figure in Nigeria's democracy, is arguing that it's not about the constitution, but the people who operate it. And he cited examples in Africa where we have extended democratic rules. They operate constitutions, but the president has been in power forever. Rwanda is an example. The list is endless. So it's not about the constitution, but the people. How do you respond to that?
Well, let us start with first things first. Let us start with a wholesome constitution. Then, maybe that constitution will help in the selection of the people who run the constitution. Because the problem we have now is in the selection of our leaders. The political parties and, how do the leaders come up? The people who now operate the constitution. The recruitment process. And the people we are now asking to amend the constitution or set it aside and do a new one. How did they come on board? So that is the problem. I think that is what he is alluding to, because we don't even have election. We have selection. It has always been selection. And
what Chidi Odinkalo refers to as electocracy, institution where the courts choose who wins the election and not the ballot. It starts from the political parties.
Right. They select who goes, and they choose the people that they want. And it has been so monetized, that dollarized. They are not even using naira again. That who has more money gets the ticket. Then, if who has more money than that person now goes to the court, and then the court decides. So it's not the people now. When we talk about elections, democracy for the people, by the people, nothing like that. It's all fake in Nigeria as it is now. So who has more money gets the power, buys the power, either from the political party or from the court. That's what we have. So those are the people that operate the constitution.
And that is a fundamental
interest.
It's a fundamental challenge. Now, how do you even address it at that point? Is it a constitution that you need first to make sure that the recruitment process is fixed and all of that? But let me come to this summit, because there are different, sentiments being expressed. Whether it is Afenifere you're talking about, is it Pandef, is it Ohaneze Ndibo, is it the Nigeria Labour Congress? Different sides. There you go. Some are saying, for example, Pandef is saying, is recommending resource control, state policing, rotational presidency, unicameral legislature. Afenifere is calling for balanced federal culture backed by the adoption of the 2014 confab. So it's not the first time we're even meeting to talk about, some, document. Ohaneze is saying, look, we need an additional state to correct the structural imbalance, on and on. How do you aggregate all of these sentiments to make sure that at the end of the day, when you get this document, it is truly an expression and a reflection of what the people really want? Or are we not still going to have this problem where different, contending forces are asking for different things at the end of the day?
In 2014, I was a member of the confab. We were 400 plus, from all these interest groups that you mentioned here. And we debated, and in the end came out with about 600 recommendations. And we agreed. We had a consensus. We at the end of the day, we agreed. What we said, it was a consensus. We had all these arguments, heated arguments. It wasn't easy. But at the end, we agreed on something which we presented. And that presentation should have now gone back again to the people, to everybody, all the zones, to look at again. And then the National Assembly may now, arrange to have something that we'll call a plebiscite, a referendum, so that every article that we say that we want, we have agreed on by consensus, everybody will now be, thrown open for people to say a yes or a no. At the end of the day, we would have come out with an agreement that a majority of majority of the populace would have agreed to.
Right.
Because not we cannot get 100% agreement.
All right.
But would have gotten a reasonable agreement by the majority of the people.
Okay.
Because they have looked at it and it concerns them. So
Just
all these things that you heard today are all the things that we discussed in 214.
Great. Did you also discuss how you are going to make this a reality? And I ask you this because you disagree with former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who says it's not the constitution but the people. You are planning to submit a draft to the National Assembly and the presidency, as I understand.
Yes.
These are the same institutions built on the flawed constitution you talk about, the 1999 constitution. So realistically, how do you expect the same people to react to your new constitution? What's your strategy to build public pressure and make it a reality?
That was why we before today, we had told zones, we had zonal committees, we had zonal advocacy groups to go to their zones and have what we call pre-summit town hall meetings.
Right.
And we don't expect this thing to happen
overnight
next week.
Okay, right.
We don't expect it to happen next week. It will be a process. It will take time. And everybody must be involved.
Yeah.
And especially the young people who have to live with it. Most of the people you saw today are in their 80s and 90s and late 70s like us. I don't know how many more years we have to live.
That must be a concern for you that the young people are not interested.
Yes, so we are very concerned that the young people should buy into this and own it because it is their world. It is their Nigeria. It is their future.
It's their future. Okay.
And so they should, a 92-year-old chairman, you know, they are not being,
how much of a stake do they have in that future?
Fair or not.
All right,
just
thank you.
out of patriotism and out of love for the country that we are still putting ourselves out.
Thank you so much.
So we are talking to the young people of Nigeria. Come and save your country.
There you go. Very well said. Thank you very much. Josephine Anenih is a member coordinating committee, National Political Summit Group, and former Minister, Women Affairs and Social Development. Thank you very much for joining us. And just as Obasanjo has said, no constitution can work if implemented by corrupt and incompetent leaders.